Welcome, Flyers fans. You're listening to Chris Mayer, Flyers Fan Mania 93 on YouTube.
So, at the time that I'm recording this, it is January 18th, and the Flyers still have not won a game in 2022. Their last win came December 29th against the Seattle Kraken. They are now lost 8 games in a row as they fall 4-1 to the New York Islanders tonight. I'm going to start with the few positives that I found in this game. There weren't many, but I did find a couple. The Flyers start overall, the first 7-8 minutes were good for the Flyers. A lot better than the last 2 games. First game against Boston, you find yourself down 2-0. And the Flyers, basically that was really the biggest hole that they kind of fell in. They ended up tying the game and ended up losing 3-2 in regulation. Game against the Rangers, not the best start. Didn't have a shot on goal for a while. Over 11 minutes, and Rangers would score to make it 1-0. Flyers battle back, tie the game. Tonight, Flyers had a good start, got a shot on goal in the opening, 15-20 seconds of the game, then they draw a power play. Power play was brutal in this game. That is one thing I will mention. But they get a power play, they have a chance to kind of get something going, and they just could not really get anything set up. So that's an early chance that was kind of blown, and this is where a lot of the negative stuff I'll talk about. Another positive, Cam York. I thought York and Frost, honestly, York and Frost, both had really quiet, good games. For Frost, he wasn't as much noticeable to me as York was because, obviously, York getting more minutes, but York, I just thought, had a really solid game overall. You can tell with his body language, the way he skates, the way he's moving the puck. He's making some really good plays on, just moving the puck up the ice, whether it's, on the power play, making a little drop pass, or, just kind of, settling things down, being able to set up the power play, help that out. And I thought there was a couple good plays that he made on the power play. It felt like if he was in many board battles where and maybe the other Flyer kind of put him in a bad spot, he was able to get out of that pretty easily. And I thought overall York had a really solid, quiet game. Same with Frost. He had a couple good plays in the game. He had a really nice stick check on Barzal late in the third. Just overall he had a solid game as well. And the other positive that honestly comes from me is Konechny scoring. I mean, that's his first goal in 20 games. Look, I know it was a weird goal. I know it's a fluky goal, but that might be something that might be able to give Konechny some confidence. Christ, I was thinking at some point if the Flyers were on a chance to win a game and they had another net, you might as well put Konechny out there to try to get him to get the empty net goal. I mean, sometimes that can help too. So, I was happy that Konechny was at least able to score. He got his 100th goal in the NHL. Again, he was scoreless in 20 games and finally gets one tonight. So he'll gladly take it no matter what way it went in, as it basically went off Dobson. And I don't know if it was his back or something like that, but who cares? It ended up going in, and that was the only goal of this game for the Flyers. Now, the negatives in this game was the power play, like I mentioned, which just was not good. They had three of the Islanders' goals. The fourth was an empty netter. The Nelson goal, Bevelier, and the Salo goal were all preventable. The Nelson goal, there was a screen in front. Provorov looked dead tired on that one, lost the puck battle, and Nelson just kind of fired it, and Jones didn't see anything because Ristolainen was in the way. The Salo goal, all guys were kind of just tying up somebody, and nobody went to Salo to shoot. He had all the time in the world to kind of go from the corner board to skate out to the middle, fake it, shoot it. And again, it just goes through a massive bodies and goes in. And the Bevelier goal, 4 Flyers are kind of standing around Bevelier and Sticklift, and a little Sticklift from Farabee to maybe try to get some effort in there, but they needed more than that, and there was a turnover by Sanheim before that started the play, so it was just 3 preventable goals. The Islanders were kind of not circling around the Flyers. The Flyers had good support through most parts of the game, but the problem with the Flyers is their last 3 games, they have been watchable, they've been better in certain areas. They've looked better in different areas of the game. But the problem in the last 3 games specifically, I know they've lost 8 in a row, but the last 3 specifically, because they've been more enjoyable in my opinion, even though they've lost, they are having 2 uneven performances to even put anything close to a win together. From having a bad start against the Rangers, tying the period, pretty even second period, both teams coming back in the third. They get the lead and they give up the goal 37 seconds later, and then they give up another one. and lose that game. The game against Boston, really bad start, like I mentioned. You tie the game, then you give up a goal, 5-on-3, have a 5-on-3 to tie it, you don't score. It's things like that. You're having two uneven performances, and that's the problem. They're not being able to put everything together, and good teams are able to find ways to win, and bad teams are able to find ways to lose. And the Flyers are finding ways to lose. That is one thing that they are doing, and overall, it wasn't the worst game for them. I thought they had jump. They had a lot of chances. The second period was easily their best period of this game. Lawton and Konechny had a 2-on-0. Farabee had a partial breakaway. Atkinson had a chance in front. They had a couple plays on the power play to maybe get something going, but nothing could go on the power play tonight. It was just the Islanders were very aggressive on the penalty kill. Flyers were trying to force too many things, and overall it was just it just was not their greatest game. I thought Sorokin played very well, but that's the thing. They are getting goalied a lot, where the other team's goaltender looks very good, and that's been happening a lot recently as well. So a lot of it is kind of just spiraling together. The lines were pretty much the same. Farabee, Giroux, Atkinson, Lindblom, Lawton, Konechny, Van Riemsdyk, like Hayes, Mayhew, Frost, Bunneman slips in, fourth line center with McEwen, Provorov, and Sanheim, York and Braun, Yandel unders the line. And so the Flyers basically go with the all-veteran defense. I actually thought their defense didn't necessarily play bad. It was just the Islanders kind of get in there too quick on them, and they had a handful of turnovers, and again, 3 preventable goals and things like that, like I mentioned before. But overall, they're just not getting the right. It's like the timing of everything is just off, and again, like I said, bad teams are able to find ways to lose, and I didn't really love the overall game. I guess I should say they had a good start, but the final 13 minutes of that first period were really all Islanders, and Flyers really. But Lawton ended up hitting a post on a slap shot, and from maybe that, and they had a Giroux shot that was just a pretty easy save for Sorokin. He kind of just went up and gloved it. And Konechny had one that ended up getting blocked and fluttered right to Sorokin. He dropped it and let it in play. Every other shot the Flyers had was either a dump in on net from center, and they changed. It was nothing high quality, nothing even overall remotely close to going in, unless it was a crazy bounce like Konechny's goal. It was just a very, very bad end of that period. They only had, with the empty net, the Flyers had only had 4 shots, and they had a power play in that third period. So again, not getting enough pucks to the net either, and that's obviously a problem when you're not scoring goals. So obviously there's a lot of things that are going wrong, but again, I'm trying to find the little things, because there are certain things, and there's still a lot of the season left to try to gain some momentum off of that, and I don't mean gain momentum to make a playoff spot. I'm just saying, but yeah, it's been very rough, and obviously they've lost 8 in a row. So it's very hard to continue to watch this when they're about to, honestly, might have 2 10-game losing streaks in a season. I don't even know how that's possible, but yeah, this is the Flyers we're talking about. So, thank you guys for watching. Remember to check out SeatGeek. You can use code FlyersFanMania in all capital letters. Please remember that, all capital letters, FlyersFanMania, for $20 off your first purchase. Butt ends, you can use code PHI for 10% off. And Garrett Group Construction for any home improvement needs. Thank you guys for watching, and I will talk to you all again soon.